Well, hello everyone. This is my very first live transmission, so completely unedited, and I have no clue as to if I'm doing this correct. Anyways, just briefly, um, I've had like more than 20 projects going on at a time, so my poor garden has suffered for that. And I have set aside all of today to work on just my garden and my bees. However, I did lose part of the day because we had a storm last night that knocked out our dishwasher, so we had to go get a brand new dishwasher this morning, and it's already after lunch, so I don't have as much time as I wanted to do this. As you can see, my poor garden is very much overgrowing, but there's a lot of edibles and things in here that I want to get before I do any weed eating. I do need to uh, pick all the weeds out of my garden bed, which is so sorely, poorly. I feel sorry for my beds because they're just really looking poorly. Anyways, um, what I was going to show is the different herbs and edibles in here that I want to harvest. Some of them, the plantain that's here, you can see it. This is one of my favorite herbs. I use it to make my ointments. I also use it for bee stings and all kinds of other things. I do have a video, an old video that's just on plantain. You can check that out. So I'm going to be harvesting these leaves. You can also harvest the seeds, but none have gone to seed right now, so I'll just be getting the leaves. And then this is also plantain. It's a different type, but it's good for the same purposes. This is English plantain. It's a skinnier leaf. And this is a broadleaf plantain. Over here is dandelion. Dandelion is very good for your kidneys. It's a diuretic, but it also has a very high potassium level. So unlike most diuretics, this you get an increase of potassium instead of losing potassium when you use it. You can use the leaves and the roots. You can also use the flowers to make certain things. I did not harvest the flowers. As you can see, I left those for my honeybees. Dandelion is one of the first spring foods. Another herb is red clover. I really like using these. It's a mild tonic. And for a long time after I had strep throat a couple years ago, I had a really bad chronic cough. And this red clover, just picked this part off right here, and I would make a hot tea with it. It's very, very mild tasting, so you can throw it in with other hot teas. Generally, I would use a ginger lemon tea and put about 3 or 4 of those redheads in the tea, and it calmed my cough. So that was very thankful. And I've already harvested a lot of those this morning. Most of these are not ready to be harvested yet, but they're getting close. Another one of my favorite herbs is this comfrey. This has a buku of different just good properties in it. One, you don't want to use the early spring leaves or the roots internally. It can cause liver damage. However, studies have revealed that the later summer leaves have zero of that chemical in them, so they should be safe to be taken internally. I have to inform you to get advice before you do that. I'm not telling you to do that, but I do it. It's got tons of nutrition in them because the roots are so deep. It goes down into the deep subsoil and brings out those minerals that a lot of our plants don't get. The leaves can be used. Like I said, I use the leaves internally, but not the early spring leaves. I wait until the summer leaves come out. The roots can be used externally. It's called the knitbone plant. I've actually used comfrey with my mom's broken ribs twice, and the doctor told her that it would take her a minimum of 3 months to heal. There was nothing that they could do because it was a rib bone, and she was actively working at the time. With the Comfrey, her bone completely healed in 2 weeks. So it's a it speeds the cell replication so that it's very healing. But it does have that toxin in the roots, so that you don't want to take it internally because it's harmful to your liver. Now, there is one over here that has flowers, so you can see the flowers. And these really pretty purple bells. These are the comfrey flowers. And so I'm going to harvest all of this. Now, if I don't need it, like I have plenty of comfrey right now, so I don't need to save this. Comfrey is also an amazing plant to put in your compost. Because of all the nutrients and the minerals that you get from it, you can just throw it in your compost, and it activates my compost to where it works down a lot faster with the comfrey in it than if I did not have the comfrey in it. Or you can just use the comfrey leaves as a top dressing for your garden beds as well. So that's some of the plants that I'm getting ready to harvest before, there's another dandelion, before I come in here with the weed eater and cut everything flat. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, I'm not sure if I did this correctly, but it was my first live broadcast. Thank you.